Installing a garage door opener can be a moderately challenging task, but given the right tools, patience, and a little help from a friend, it can typically be done in an afternoon. Here's what you'll need. It's important to follow each step of the installation to make sure your garage door opener operates properly and safely. Before starting your project, make sure to read your manufacturer's installation instructions and confirm that you have all of the required parts. Most garage door openers have a carriage system. The opener runs on a rail or tube from the motor to the front of the garage. An arm connects the carriage to the garage door to enable raising and lowering. There are different kinds of openers. Chain drive or belt drive openers connect the motor and carriage by a chain or rubber belt. Direct drive openers connect the carriage to the motor with a large threaded rod. They tend to be quieter than chain drive openers. Here we're installing a belt drive opener. Assemble the carriage tube according to the manufacturer instruction. Measure the assembled length to make certain it meets manufacturer standards. Mount the carriage tube to the front of the power unit. Place the carriage over the carriage tube according to the manufacturer's instructions. Depending on if you have a belt drive or direct drive opener, you will need to assemble the belt or threaded rod according to your manufacturer's instructions. The mounting bracket is also called the header bracket. It secures the carriage tube to the wall above the door. It's usually installed at the door center point, but its exact location will depend on your style of door. Now, bring in your helper. Manually lift your garage door to find the highest point of where it travels. Using a level, mark the spot on the wall. Then measure 2 inches above the first mark and make a second mark. Line up the bottom edge of the header bracket with the second mark, then bolt the bracket to the wall. Place the power unit on a stepladder to hold it near the ceiling to make installation easier. The motor or power unit usually hangs from angle irons and metal straps with pre-drilled holes for screws. Bolt the angle irons to your garage rafters with lag screws. Then attach the straps to the iron with hex screws. Connect the straps to the power unit with the provided hardware. Plug the opener power cord into an available power receptacle. Make sure the receptacle has continuous power and is not on a switch. Lift the free end of the carriage tube and attach it to the header bracket. The carriage has a metal arm that extends from it and connects to a bracket mounted on the door. This allows the carriage to raise and lower the door. Attach the connecting bracket to the garage door. Check the manufacturer's instructions to place it in the proper location on the door. Attach the carriage arm to the carriage body according to the instruction and secure it with the supplied fasteners. Once the carriage arm is secure, use the supplied bolts to attach the elbow piece to the door bracket. Then connect that to the main carriage arm. Attach the emergency release to the arm. This will allow you to manually open your garage door should the garage door opener fail. Select the location to mount the wall button for the opener. It should be near the door between the garage and home interior, and close enough to the main power unit for the wiring to be connected to it. Most opener kits come with the necessary electrical wire. Connect one end of the wire to the wall unit as directed. Press the button to test the remote opening of your garage door. Open the door fully to make sure it clears the mounted opener and operates properly. On the power unit are controls to adjust the travel of the garage door. Adjust accordingly to make sure the door opens and closes at the proper height. All garage door openers come with a safety mechanism, usually a light beam and sensor that stops the motor if something gets in the way of the door. Mount the sensors on either side of the garage door, no more than 6 inches from the ground. Then, run the sensor wires up along the garage wall and roof to reach the main power unit. Attach the wires as directed into the correct slots on the main power unit. Test the sensors to make sure they see each other. They must be aligned both vertically and horizontally so the sensor eye can see the beam from the opposing sensor. If you're replacing an old garage door opener, you can likely use the old tracks, but you'll need to remove the old motor. Clean the tracks and lubricate with lithium grease. If you don't have a standard size garage door, you may need to purchase a garage door opener extension. Now that you've installed your garage door opener, you're ready for your next home improvement project. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.